Let's go ahead and address this right here and now so that way I don't have to talk about him or even mention his name throughout the video itself. I believe in equality for everyone. It does not matter your race, your gender identity, your creed, or your religion. I do not care for discrimination whatsoever. A reason why I'm bringing this up, because the voice actor that plays Kamen Rider Vice, I'm not going to say his name, is a massive racist towards black people. If you want to know who he is, by all means look him up. I'm not going to even give that man the time of day. I'm just going to unbox some toys and have some fun in the process. Now that I got that out the way, let's go. How far are you willing to go to save your family? Would you be even willing to, I don't know, make a contracting deal with your own personal devil? That is Iki Igarashi's #1 question at the beginning of the series. Hey guys, welcome back to the Mind of Mephi, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of 2 SH Figuart figures from Kamen Rider ReVice. Spoiler warning for the very first episode, by the way, because in order for me to actually talk about the figures and the characters, I have to talk about how they came to be. Cool? Cool. The Igarashi family is a family that cares for not just themselves but everybody around them, and it's kind of understandable to do so considering the fact that they run a bathhouse that's been in their Iki's mother's name for most of her life. In fact, her whole family has watched over this bathhouse. So Iki's mother actually maintains the actual bathhouse with the paperwork. Iki, as well as the kids, they actually help out by cleaning up the place and making sure everything's copacetic. Where their father tries to be a content creator and break records online. However, he has yet to actually break one. Then, of course, you have the eldest child, Iki Igarashi, who wanted to be a soccer prodigy, but due to things that happened later on in his, well, or should I say earlier in his life, but later on in the show, you come to find out that he never actually pursued his dream. Where his brother, Daiji Igarashi, is actually part of the military group known as Phoenix, and he was actually on his way to get his promotion to become a captain and obtain a weapon that would help them fight the current situation, which is a terrorist organization called the Dead Men. They have been fighting them for years now, and the Dead Men have been getting stronger by creating devils or demons from other people to weaponize and use to actually try to take over the world. Then, of course, we have the little sister Sakura, who's still in high school, but she's also a prodigy when it comes to martial arts. I think she's already a black belt, but we'll come back to that later. Iki Igarashi is the eldest of the 3, and he watches after the bathhouse and stuff like that. So when they found out about his brother getting the promotion, they were all thrilled. However, Iki has been hiding a secret from his family that he's been hearing voices in his head for a while now. Doesn't exactly remember when the voices started, but they've been talking to him, and it's annoying. But when the news shows a weird glyph has appeared in the sky, the voice takes form of a ghost that only Iki can see, unfortunately. It's a black creature that has what looks like a face mask covering his mouth, but with blue eyes and white tendril-like hair. Well, I guess they could say it's kind of like white cornrows a little bit. It's kind of hard to really explain Vice's design unless you actually see it, so I'm just going to pop up a picture right here. Cool. So, the day of the promotion, a scientist explains the whole situation of what the weapon they'll be using to fight the Dead Men. A driver that allows a person to harness their own personal devil in themselves so they can fight together to stop the other devils and creatures from the Dead Men. Then the Dead Men show up. Right before Daichi can actually get the belt, his predecessor decides, I'm going to put it on and try to evacuate and save everybody. The scientist makes it very clear, if you're not compatible, you should not use it. But of course, he thought, I'll do anything to protect the world, so he puts it on. In that case, it causes him to lose control, and his own devil comes out of his body and starts going on a rampage with the Dead Men, who already has their own devil running around right now too. Seeing this, Daiji, he picks up the belt because he thinks that if I put on the ReVice driver, I can help people. But after seeing his mentor lose it, he thinks, what if the same thing will happen to me? Plot things happen, their mother gets hurt, Iki decides to give in to his voice and let his demon out, which is Vice. But after protecting his family, Vice decides, I'll take a reward by eating your mother. The scientist sees this and tells Iki, put the belt on and you can save your family yourself. Doing so fuses them back together, then when he transforms, splits them into two people, making the demon actually walking around with him, and they're working together, despite the fact that Iki really does not like this dude. But they explain later on that now they are Kamen Rider ReVice. Revi is Iki, Vice is the demon. And Vice is okay with it. But Iki decides, no, this is not what I want, and gives the belt back, saying, I want to make sure my family's safe first. And that's the first episode. So we're actually going to be paying attention to both the figures. Now, like I said a second ago, I already popped them open because I cut the already because I already recorded this. But this is Iki. Oh, sorry, reflection of my screen is kind of showing off right now. But yeah, this is Iki. I made a joke about this saying, yep, he sure is a base form. So let's go ahead and pop him open, shall we? The thing I love about this, the box art shows like the full thing. But yeah, there have only been a few writers that have wore pink. He is one of them. Also, this is the third season of the Reiwa era generation of Kamen Rider. The gimmick for this one is Vice stamps. Basically, little stamps that have the ability to use animal DNA that allows him to transform. So depending on which stamp he's using, it takes on the characteristics of that creature. Case in point, Lion. Both him and Vice, their armor shapes themselves to look like a lion a little bit. But here's also the kicker. This is the anniversary season. So each Vice stamp also not only represents a different animal, but it also represents a different Kamen Rider. And Lion is based off of Kuga. I'll explain more on that later. ReVice, his main form is the T-Rex. So that's why when you look at his face, you'll see like this weird demonic smile right here. But yeah, the figure itself is kind of really cool. Like I said, very articulate. I think that's the thing I love about a lot of these SH Figuart figures. They're very articulate. Plus, like most of them, he has interchangeable hands and stuff like that. The gimmick, like I said, is the ReVice driver right here on his waist. Now, just like Geats, the belt and everything else has like a small little thing for the gimmick. This one, basically, when he transforms or pulls it to the side, you can just click it and use the Vice stamp for whatever the power is. But, however, the power is actually for the gimmick of this Vice stamp right here. This one is the T-Rex Vice stamp. I'm going to put this back on here because, like I said with most of the other gimmicks, if I lose it, I'm destroying the world. Oh yeah. Come on, you got on there the first time. So yeah. Yep, this is Iki. He sure is a base form. Next, we shall... I'm gonna put him right here for now. Yeah. Don't be like that, you sit down. You've had your time. Next, Vice. Now, the funny thing about it is, Iki only came with just interchangeable hands. Vice, on the other hand, came with everything. He came with two versions of their signature weapon, the Orin Buster 50. But I'm not going to show those off. Vice takes on more of the characteristics of the animal, depending on what Vice stamp that they use. It also came with another Vice stamp too, which is the Megalodon Vice stamp. It's a pink, basically decade. It's a giant shark. I'm not pulling that Vice stamp out. It's small. I have no fingernails. Well, long ones anyway. But anyway, this is Vice. Out of the both of them, Vice doesn't feel as stiff, you know, compared to Iki. Then again, compared to most of the other figures that I've only shown, the only one that didn't really feel that stiff while I was showing him off had to be Geets for some reason. I don't know. Just Fua, when I was looking at the Lone Wolf Vulcan, his was just kind of like stiff. Iki has a little bit of stiffness to him too, but yeah. Also, fun fact, Vice, since he's the demon, does not come with a driver. He just has like a regular belt that holds some Vice stamps too. He does get a driver at the end of the series because their ultimate form makes it so they have to have 2 ReVice drivers in order for it to actually work. So, yeah. Actually, while I'm at it, let's go ahead and show this right quick. Iki, like I said, like Vice has some good articulation. So does Geets, like I was saying earlier. Geets doesn't feel as stiff compared to the others, you know? But maybe that's just me. Also, they had a crossover movie and it was dope. But yeah. Iki has a little bit of stiffness to him, especially in the legs, and I haven't quite figured out why. I think it's because I had them in their boxes for so long, but other than that, they feel actually not that bad when they're out and about. But yeah, the detail of Vice's tail, it's kind of like a rubbery feel to it, texture. The same goes for his scarf. It's funny, when he transforms, he literally slams this T-Rex helmet down on his head when he changes, like. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I plan on doing another unboxing, not soon, but hopefully sometime later. This one's not going to be a Kamen Rider that I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this time. Instead, I'm going to go to a series that actually started before Kamen Rider. Who's up for some Ultraman? You have a good one. Hey, thanks again for sticking around all the way to the end of the video. It really does help. If you want updates on future videos and stuff like that, links down in my description where it tells you about my Twitter as well as my Discord. If you want to see anything else from me, here's a playlist of the most recent series that I finished, and this right here is the most recent video that I've done too. Take care.